Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the October 2019 open call for Life Coach Office. Life Coach Office is a product of Universal Coaching Systems where we help coach change makers bring their very best work to the world. And you know me, I'm Kim Horvath, and I am responsible for all things customer service related. And yes, as usual, I'm excited, and I cannot believe that we are in October. It is the last 90 days of the year, the last quarter of the year, the perfect opportunity to take a look at your business, to reassess what your goals are, and do something to finish this year out strong. We are always doing that at Life Coach Office. I'm doing it with my own personal business, and I'm helping others do it with theirs as well. I hope that you're really thinking about what it is that you want to accomplish in 2019. And when we started the year, as with everyone else, we had our goals that we wanted to achieve. And like a lot of people, sometimes we get a little bit off the mark. Well, here's an opportunity. What is it that you want to do? Think about it now and chart a course to get it done now. Now, when it comes to your clients, you can help them to stay on their game using Life Coach Office. And today, I'm going to show you just a few things that have come across my desk, or I should say my virtual desk, over the past about 60 days. A few things that have come over repeatedly. So let's just get right to it. So the first thing is about videos. And I had a question come in that I thought was a pretty good question about where to put videos with regard to the classroom and who can view them and who cannot view them. There was a lot of question related to that. So let's just go to the classroom and take a look, and I can show you a few things. So here is our classroom, and we're just going to go into the Pathfinders classroom. It's the one that I have filled out most information on. These are all the modules in the Pathfinders classroom. So the modules are not lessons. They are actually like having chapters in a book. And when you click on each one, you can put as many lessons. Each one of these here, these are all videos that you see, can be a lesson. Now your lesson can be a video. It could just be an audio like this. It could be, this is a document. It could be a document. It could be a picture. Whatever it is that you want to be your lesson can be your lesson. But what about who gets access to them? Now we know that whomever you assign the entire classroom to, whatever group that is, will get the lesson. So for this, anyone taking the Pathfinder course is going to get the lesson. But can't you do something a little bit further? Absolutely. Well, here's where you go. You go into the edit, and then you take a look at what groups are available to be able to receive the information. Now, when you first start out, it's always going to be on the only coach can view. The reason is that you do not want to turn this live until you're actually ready for people to see this. The moment you turn it live, whatever clients that you have attached to the group you select will have access to that classroom. If you have nothing in there, that can be curious. If you have something in there that isn't complete, that can be frustrating, and we don't want either one of those to happen. So it comes on and is on the coach only view. You can also make it available to all clients, and there is sometimes a reason that you will do that, and I'll tell you about that in a moment. Or you can make it only to a specific group of people. Now, of course, if it's for the Pathfinders group, the Pathfinders group is going to be selected, right? But what if you had a lesson like this introduction, and you want to be able to offer that to people as a teaser? You want them to see a little bit about what Pathfinders is about, but you don't want to give them the entire Pathfinders course. This is your way of getting them to see the value in what you're offering in your program. So if that's the case with you, you can click all clients and you can click submit. That means that every client that you have registered, which means every email address, it represents a client that is in your Life Coach Office account, will have access to this introduction in the classroom. So when they go to classroom, they're going to see Pathfinder course. When they click on Pathfinder course, they're just going to see this one tab that says introduction. They will not see any of these other tabs. Now, when I go to the values tab and I click that, I edit that, This is also set for all clients. Let's see what the next one says, because I don't think that they all see that. Let's go to the Beliefs tab. And this one only has the Pathfinders program. So what this means is, in my system, when I register a new client, they have access to the Pathfinders course, they have access to the introduction, and they have access to the values lesson. The beliefs, goals, and skills lessons, they do not have access to it, and therefore they don't see it. The only thing they see, I can't really get it down to all of that, but just the introduction and the values, that's all they see. If they decide that they want the rest of the Pathfinders course, they would need to make a purchase with me. And once they do that, I will give them access. I will make them a part of the Pathfinders group, and then they'll have access to everything. So I know the next question is, well, how do I make them a person who's a member of the Pathfinders group? So let me show you. You have someone who's currently working with you. This is how you will change this for people who either have registered and they only have the introduction, or people you are currently coaching and they decide that they want to do this particular program. Let's go to, okay, here, we're going to go to Everton and we're going to edit Everton. When we scroll down, these are all these system accesses that he can have. Right now, he's only getting our newsletter, but we want him to be a part of the Pathfinders program. You just click that, you click submit, and now the moment that you click submit, Everton now has access to the entire Pathfinders lessons, all of them, the entire class. Okay, very simple. Very easy. You'll find that with Life Coach Office, we like simple and easy. We like repetitive. We like you to be able to figure it out without having to think too hard. It should not be frustrating. Okay. All right. What was the next thing that I wanted to show you? Oh, so here's something that's new. Are you ready for something new? We did this, I think, maybe 2 months ago, and I didn't show it to you last month. So here we go. In the classroom, this came directly from one of our coaches, okay, directly from one of our coaches. You know we love it when you guys as coaches share with us what your needs are, and if it's something that we can do easily, quickly, we make sure that we do it, and this was one of those things. We have a coach who is coaching, I don't have the person's permission, so I don't want to give their name, but they are coaching people with music. And so a lot of what this coach offers is via audio, right? So they need to upload a lot of audio, listen to a lot of audio, have their clients listen to a lot of audio. And she needed to be able to offer to them a way to listen to audio and did not want them to have to download anything. And the coach wanted the audio to be able to be something that was pulled up easily in the classroom, but no downloads. So let's take a look at what we did. I'm just going to go to the welcome just because it's easiest. Okay, so I'm in the welcome classroom. I want to be in the welcome classroom. Let's see. My system is being funny. Let's refresh this. Of course that would happen. All right. All right, so yeah, not where I want to be. Hold on a second. I want to click on the welcome. And I want to pull up the lessons inside. Okay, so here is this a video? Yes. So let's go into this lesson. We're going to, no, I want to make a new lesson. Let's do that. It's easier. We're going to add a new lesson, and this lesson is going to be in audio only. Well, that's very easy because right here at the top, you have the option for video, which is available through YouTube or Vimeo, or audio. You simply choose your file. I have this queued up already for us. It's choosing a file from your system. It will take an MP3, all right? It attaches it. And what's awesome, I don't want to click it and play it because I don't want to have the noise, but it'll click and play directly from here without you having to download anything, because in other areas you may have to download, but here at the lesson, you don't have to. So your client can click on that audio and they can play away. All right, and listen to it right in the classroom. That's pretty cool. And that was simply from one of our clients. Now, I have a few people that are on the line, and if you are on the line and you have any questions, please just go ahead and chat with me in the chat room, and I will get to your questions as soon as I see it pop up. All right, let's go back to our home screen. All right, so what else do I want to talk to you about? So I would like to talk to you a little bit about how you are orienting your clients and using the system to be your stand-in because you're not there. This is what I want you to think about. A lot of coaches are asking me questions about getting your clients to participate in using the system. I'm hearing that still. It's been a few months now I've been hearing that. I'm hearing that still. And I want to take it a step back, and I want to talk to you about how you're using the system to be sure that it is something that engages your clients. All right? So here is the thing. I always say you need to have a welcome classroom with a short video from you welcoming your client to coaching with you. Maybe something that has an attachment that has your policies and your procedures, any information, any kind of useful video that you might want to offer them. Not anything to overload them, but something enough that will get them to click. Because think of it as if it were you. You decided that you wanted to sign up for coaching with your coach. Whether they are clicking on a program on your website or you added them in and now they received an email to say complete registration. Once they've done that, they have this portal and they're like, wow. And they're going to start clicking if they're anything like me, and a lot of people are. And so I'm probably going to click first in the classroom. May not be where all people click, but at some point they're going to get there. And when they go to the classroom, you want them to see something. If you don't have anything in the classroom, they're going to click on the classroom and there will be nothing there. If you go to work on the first day and you walk into the office and there's no one there, how are you going to feel? Right? You want a warm welcome. You want someone to help you navigate the system a little bit. You want someone who's going to say, hey, I'm so happy that you're here. Let me show you to your work area. Let me introduce you to a few people. Let me show you around. Well, think of your welcome classroom as doing that for you. Think of it as being you or your assistant when you're not there, helping you to onboard your client. If a client isn't properly onboarded, you put a dent in that relationship. It's the same as when you go to work. If a new person is not properly onboarded, right? They don't tend to last as long as those who are. What do you put in your welcome classroom? Like I said, a short video. And I'm talking really short, okay? How long is this one? 2 minutes and 59 seconds. So literally like a 3-minute video. Here is coaching information and policies. It's a Word document download. How do I get the most out of coaching? Another Word document download. I created this. It is something that I actually do use for all of my clients because I want them to come to their sessions ready. And then if you are coaching like a lot of coaches are, you are wanting to get the top values for your client. And so I have that assessment attached right there so that they can download it and they can complete it. And then what are the tasks that they have to perform? Check their time zone, because if their time zone is wrong, everything that you do in Life Coach Office with them will be challenged. So we need to make sure that they check their time zone and ensure that it's correct. Download all of these documents and read. And then watch any other videos that are in this classroom. And these are the other 2 videos that are in the classroom, the other 3, okay? It tells them what to do. They have a place to go and to get started. And they feel like they were welcomed and given some instruction. They don't feel that you're disorganized. They feel that you are super professional, super organized, and that you have this amazing system, right? And that's what you want. Now, I know you want to know what's inside the how do I get the most out of coaching document. This is the little pep talk that I give to people because it's what I expect when they come and ready for coaching. I do a lot of my calls via Zoom, and whether it's on Zoom or just by phone, I want them to be sitting in an area where it's quiet. I prefer that they not have a lot of distractions. I don't want them to have cell phones and tablets and radios and televisions on because this time with me is precious. It's helping them get from where they are to exactly where they want to be. And if they're distracted, then it takes away from the coaching conversation. I mean, it's their money and their investment. I'm showing them how to get the most out of their investment. All right. I talk to them about doing their homework and making sure that they complete their coaching journal. Because if they complete their coaching journal, I can go to that journal and I ask them to do this 2 days prior if possible. Because the more time that I have to take a look at their coaching journal, the more prepared I can be for the call. And instead of me having to go through the journal and ask the questions that are already there, those precious moments are spent with me actually coaching them, right? So it's their choice. That can take 10 to 15 minutes of coaching time easily. And I let them know, it's up to you how you want to spend your time. I prefer that we spend it helping you advance more than me just going over with you, what did you complete in your homework and what did you not? What challenges did you have? What were your aha moments? I want to come to the call already knowing that information, right? I talk to them about all those types of things to help them make this the greatest value that it could possibly be. That's what's in there. So what I say to you is create a document like that. It doesn't have to be long. It could just be, 5 bullet points. What are the top 5 things that you would want any client to be prepared for, how you want them to show up to their coaching calls with you? Put that in a document and it says how to get the most out of coaching and put it right there and you're welcome. And they'll be very happy that you did. And trust me, you'll probably refer to it quite often. Now, by having information here, what happens is that it gives your client a reason to come into the system and it becomes second nature to them, right? They will memorize their password because they're going into it all the time. They don't have to keep searching for their password. Here's something else that I do for my clients that are coaching with me via Zoom. I record the lesson and I do actually upload that video to them so that they can go back and they can watch the video. Now, I do a lot of group coaching, so I can actually do that in a classroom. You can create a classroom. You could create a classroom for a client if you made one client a part of a group. It's not really necessary. You could just upload that in other areas and assign it to them. But for those of you who are coaching via a group, this is especially easy and something that you probably want to do because I do have clients that will go back and watch those videos over again and get new information from when they listened to it the first time. And I have to tell you that these are the clients that they usually progress a little bit more and a little bit faster. So basically, let's just say a mastermind, right? So if you're doing a mastermind of any kind, there's a welcome there, there's a couple of lessons, but then there's going to be another lesson, and it's simply going to say, we're going to create it right here, videos from our mastermind sessions, right? We're going to leave that there. I'm not going to do anything. I just want to create this so that you see it there. Okay. And then what will happen is that I will add a new lesson, and that lesson will be the video from whatever session. So it could be October the 1st, and then another one October the 7th, another one October 21st, right? And those videos will be there, and then I can put, a little description of what we discussed, so they know ahead of time. They know if it's the lesson that they want to listen to. They can go back and listen. They can listen at any time. Here's the other thing. Sometimes you're coaching people, you give them 1-year access to your system. Some of you are giving them indefinite access to the system. Either way, this continues to be a great value for your client, right? If you're giving them 1 year access, maybe you're only coaching with them for 6 months, but they still have a year to go back and watch those videos yet again. You still have a reason to contact them and remind them of lessons that are in the classroom, different things that were said that caused them to pivot one way or another. If you're giving them indefinite access, oh my goodness, you can do all sorts of things with that information. When you do that, you are causing them to come back to the system. Here's another thing that I do that makes it something that causes them to be engaged. I create videos after our lessons, especially a mastermind lesson. I will create a video and I will put it in the classroom and I will talk about aha moments and different things that I thought were causing people to shift as a reminder. And I do it in a quick, few minutes of a video, and it gives them yet another reason to go back in and be in the system. When using the system is second nature, you don't have a problem with getting your clients to use the system to complete their coaching journals and things like that, okay? Now, here's the other thing. When you have clients that are not completing their coaching journals, if you don't make a big deal out of it, they're not going to make a big deal out of it either, right? So let's go take a look at the coaching journal for a moment. Okay. In the coaching journal area, this is the training area, but my personal Life Coach Office account is probably similar. I have lots of journals, right? Depending upon the program that I'm offering, the particular group, whatever, I have journal templates that match my programs. Right now, I've been coaching for a long time. I've been coaching since 2007. So I do have a number of programs and I have journals that go along with them. All right. I take the time to create them because it's specific to the program and it speaks the language of the program. There is absolutely nothing wrong with our standard client meeting and standard group coaching, but I say if you can make it personal, make it personal. Because when you make it personal, you're speaking the language of your client and they feel more tied to it. So I make it personal, right? Give them the questions that they need in the language that they're accustomed to. And of course, it entices them to go back into it a little bit more. So when they're not giving me the information, if they're not filling out their coaching journal, I make it a point to say to them, okay, well, just so you know, we're going to answer the questions for the coaching journal, but had you done this in advance, then this time that we're going to spend in this, we could have been spending talking more about how to progress, how to change, some things that to maybe look out for that I won't have time to go over in our current coaching session. When they hear something like that, when they recognize that I had more information, because remember, you are the expert. And so when you make sure that they understand that they're not tapping into the arsenal of your mind that you're offering to them, then they're going to start doing whatever they can to make sure they get more from you, especially when they're sitting with you and getting coaching and it's really intense and really good for them. They want more. Well, they're going to say, you know what, I'm not going to waste that time. I'm going to answer these questions ahead of time and make sure that my coach is able to coach me a little bit further. This is what I'm paying for. So if you use the system and you challenge your clients to use the system and you hold them accountable for using the system, guess what's going to happen? They're going to use the system. So that's how I get my clients to utilize the system. It doesn't usually take very long when I have someone who's struggling a little bit with that idea. It doesn't take too long for them to get it and start using it. There will be times with some of you, depending upon who your target market is, where folks might be a little bit more technologically challenged. And so doing it this way is a bit more of a challenge to them. That's a little bit of a different situation, and you might want to operate with that differently. You may want to go online with them in the system and do some things with them right there until they get comfortable with it. It might take a little bit longer, but still, our system is easy enough that most people, with very basic technology-based skills, most people can still use our system. Okay. And let me see, I think I only had one other thing that I wanted to, oh yes. So this is a question that I get periodically. And yeah, this is the last question that I had. And this has to do with branded URLs. And people are a little bit confused about the two different links that are available for their client. Okay. So you have a link that clients can use to just log into the system, right? And that's a branded link. But then you also have a link that clients can use that's specific to purchasing whatever group, right? So let me show you. So when you go into groups, and let's just go because I like playing with the Pathfinders program. No, let's just go to personal coaching, all right? We're going to click, oh, I didn't want to do that. Of course it did what I wanted it to do. Hold on a second. Let's just go to the personal coaching and click links. I'm going to show you the difference between the two links. Okay. This link is the branded link that takes your client to register for personal coaching because that's what this link is for. This link is just the branded URL that they use to log in to your account. Both links come directly to this account, right? Because these are personal to me, to my training portal here. And when they log in, they're going to see this keyboard in the back. They're going to see this logo for Universal Coaching Systems. It will say your name here. And whatever you have branded, whatever is in your background, whatever color you chose, whatever logo you have, whatever name you put here, your picture here, that's what your clients will see when they log in. Now, let me just go back and show you another link. If I go into the current coaching offer and I say click links, this is going to be a registration link for the current coaching offer. This login is the same exact login that was in the Pathfinders login, the personal coaching login earlier. This is also the same link that you find here in the branding area. When you go to branding, see? Same exact link. Your branded URL, right? Is just so that people go in and they immediately identify that they clicked on a button that refers to their coach. Now, what happens if your client goes to the Universal Coaching Systems link and clicks on member login and puts in their login information? They're going to get your stuff, okay? So here's what I mean, because we've had this happen. Here's Universal Coaching Systems. It would happen even if it was Life Coach Office, but I'm signed into Life Coach Office, so I don't want to do that. See this LCO member login? If your client or if you clicked here and used the login that you use for Life Coach Office, even though the background will have the Universal Coaching Systems information on the front end, once they log in, they're going to receive the other. They're going to receive your stuff, okay? But you don't want that. You want your client to always get your information, so send them your branded link. Now, here's the other thing. You don't really have to send this to them separately. This branded login, it's over here also. We thought about this. It's in the email templates. So when the new client activation, new client welcome, when they click that, right? The link that they click on, that is going to be the login that takes them to you. Okay, so we've done our part in making sure that it's branded. What we want you to do is make sure that you send out the link for your branded page so that people are always affiliating, logging in to your client portal as logging in with their coach. There's really no reason for them to know much about Life Coach Office at all. They should only know about you. The only time that they're going to know anything about Life Coach Office is at the bottom where it says LCO support. And every now and then a client will click on that if they're having some problems with logging in. And I help them. And when they get their help, we also will send you, the coach, an email so that you can also see the correspondence that went back and forth between us and your client. But that is rare. It's very, very rare. Out of the year, maybe 3-4 people a year might actually click that link as a client. They normally just reach out to you as the coach. All right, that is really all I had for you guys today. I want to thank you so much for watching the video. Those of you who are watching the replay, thank you for always playing along. And you know that if you go into the Life Coach Office users community on Facebook, we can continue the conversation. You can always let me know what it is that you are looking for from these open calls. We do them every third Tuesday at 2. And I will go over any topics at all that you'd like to discuss to help you further your coaching business. Again, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching. And as always, happy coaching.